connect, to understand them, as well as learn from them. Every time I got my PhD at the age of 30, okay, so many years back, okay, but we still need to keep learning. Learn, unlearn, and relearn. These are the two things. That's what we call as lifelong learning. Okay, it's never been stopped at certain case or certain level. You can go extend to your boundary in your country, to other country, not only one, but perhaps to many others. Okay, you can move it from physically, okay, just like what we did from Indonesia and China. But hopefully in the next future, you can move to another country to open your eyes and views on other perspective. Of course, right now we depend so much on technology. Online symposium, conferences, okay, journals, you can make friends to everyone, okay, through the internet without spending a single cent, because you have your laptop, you have your internet connectivity, then you can connect. It's just open up the computer, then you can connect to them. So make use of the technologies, okay, that's one part. The second part is most important that I can foresee is yourself. You yourself need to open up as well. Okay? Don't say, I already someone, I already have master, already have PhD. But there are many people, okay, still learning. Okay? The richest person in the world keep learning. Inventing the new car, electric car, as well as technology. Who knows, one day we will go to the space and learn something. Right now there are the technologies. Okay, and car. Now we still need to get the driving license to drive your own car. Perhaps in the future we might not need a driver. We might not need a driver. Even we do not need to get the license, driving license, because you just get into your car and just tell the AI that I want to go to somewhere. Okay, it's so convenient for us. But most important thing is still back to you, whether you want to do it or not. I have friends doing PhD at the age of 70. Last time when I was in UK, at the 70 years old, still carry on with the PhD study. It's never too late. For you all, I can see your faces. Okay, you are still young. You still can connect and get your PhD, and we create you as Dr. So and so. Okay, with that, I would like to actually end the speech of telling you all, which I shared with all the students last Saturday, with all my online distance learning students, more than 100 of them. Keyword of MD. MD here can call it as Managing Director. But what I want to know, mean here is not Managing Director. It's motivation and dedications. Put it yourself to you. I know that you are working adult. You are actually having family members. At the same time, you need to do study. It's not easy, but trust yourself. You can do it. Okay. With that, all the best for your study, and I leave it to the organizer, Pro and Promaran. Thank you.
Master P, would you like to say something?
All right.
Okay. We have the head of the delegate, Dr. Ernie Masdupi. Okay, will give opening remarks.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, the audience. Good morning, Prof. Kunjungi, Prof. Vice Chancellor, INTI International University. I'm Ernie Masdupi, head of PhD program in management, University Negeri Padang in West Sumatra, Indonesia. I got my PhD in UIN, University Utara Malaysia, Kedah, 2010. Now I bring 12 students to visit INTI International University. We would like to know how INTI University PhD program to prepare their students to get their PhD. You need maybe some experience from the INTI University, how but they're preparing a good thesis how about to manage the time for the PhD student, so the PhD student can get the PhD in short time, maybe around 3 years. The student already get the PhD, because almost all of my students also have job as a lecturer also in private university, and other students also from private sector like hotel, GM hotel. So we hope that our students could fulfill their PhD degree in short time. So we need some experience from university like INTI International University. Maybe already have good networking also and collaboration around the world. So we would like also to know about how about the library to support the students in preparing the thesis, PhD thesis. That's all. So we hope that the student can get more experience in order to help them to prepare their thesis, and also make networking related for the publication. We need maybe some collaboration to prepare a good paper for the publication. We know that we look at outside INTI International University is the number of 556 in QS ranking. It means that INTI International University is a good university. Maybe some collaboration we can make in order to make the campus University Negeri Padang can enter to the QS maybe around 700 in 2030. That's all. Thank you very much for the time for your company. Terima kasih.
Okay. According to the schedule, yeah. Okay. Now it's almost 10. Technically, we are supposed to have a sharing session by the postgraduate students of both INTI as well as from the University Negeri Padang. Maybe we can allocate around half an hour, Prof. Walton. Yeah. And for this reason, I would invite Prof. Walton, my illustrious colleague, to share. Oh, sorry, before I forgot, oh my God, getting old. We've got sessions where we will give our memento of appreciation to our colleague from Padang. So I call upon Prof. Chu to give our memento to Dr. Ernie.
Punya Bernie. Ini dah jawab ni.
We have something from University Padang to be given to Prof. Chu.
Foto tu bu, video.
Ada senang dulu. Ya ampun. Wah, ini rumah gadang ya.
Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, once again, we are supposed to have a sharing session whereby
Apa yang Ibu Dewi sama Pak Daldi?
Apa
yang mau? Tadi foto. Bagus kan? Tadi kirim.
And let me just speak in bahasa Indonesia. So bapak-bapak ibu-ibu dari Padang ya. Sekarang sesi untuk kita membicarakan pengalaman saudara di masing-masing. Jadinya kalau bapak ibu mau berkongsi pengalaman, silakan ya. And I'm hoping that it will be a session where we can learn from each other. Okay.
Kan nak kena kongsi. Kena buat je tak tahu.
Because the technique of the postgraduate
Film gimana tu ni?
Thank you, Prof. Ahmad. First of all, I would like to thank the delegates from the University Negeri Padang for being here with us. We are very grateful for your time. Berapa hari di sini ya? Tak cukup mau 4 minggu. So I got to wear my batik. I think I bought this when I was still a PhD student. Masa itu I went to Bandung, Universitas Pajajaran.
Okay.
So masa itu I am still a PhD student. So masih cantik lagi, the quality masih bagus. I thought sudah berhabuk kan, tapi still very good and still slim. Itu yang saya mau bagi tahu. So my name is Walter. I'm the head of program. So I am heading the 3 PhD program, PhD in management. So semua dari manajemen. Management. So kita ada PhD education juga. And one of them is INTI, PhD Innovation and Technology. So there are 3 different programs here. So we have about I think 20 students from 3 different PhD programs. And they are mixed. Some of them already completed Viva, doing correction now.
Pegangan kau
And
cepat.
some of them
Ah,
just
pegangan kau
started
cepat.
first semester.
Masukkan
And
kau
some of
ke
them will enroll next semester.
tangan cepat. Alah.
So how she managed to complete her thesis despite pregnant, having a child in between, right?
I think that's common for women.
Yeah. Yeah.
So great for us.
So how you manage your time when you are, juggling between your study, your work, and your baby? Can you just share a bit?
Well, it's a tough question because at first, when I talked to my colleague as well. The first day, I was lying on the bed in the hospital and having my baby in my arms. I received an email from my former supervisor, Dr. Abida, asking me, how is your progress going? I told her that, hey, look, I took a picture of my little girl. Hey, look, I just got a baby. Yeah. And she told me, oh, so cute, take your time. So I just, have it's like an excuse for me to delay my study. And she's very nice to me.
Minta lah
So
ni.
she said, oh, take care and have a
Minum air dah.
rest and take good care of your baby. And then we have a long time for
Ah,
our
kau bintang kan, eh?
rest.
Black market.
Black market kalau dia. Dia boleh ah. Dia takut polisi kau bawa black market tu. Payah. Tidak.
Tidak, maksudnya apa?
So that is part and the most
Masa kau
important is that my
berkasih
husband
dan
and
kan
my mother
sama
they really gave me a lot of help and when my baby sleep I can only take that time to study. So every night I just study like 3 or 4 o'clock. Every time my baby cries at
Sini 4, 5, 6.
at her room, so she and her daddy in the room and me in another room.
Sini.
Every time she cries, I just run to feed her or breast her. And when she go to sleep, and they run back and to study. So it's really like a tough time. And I always told my
Saya
husband,
tamat 3
look
tahun
my
sampai
hair.
jamnya saja.
Really.
Kalau ingin tamat 3 tahun itu,
So
tapi kalau
it's a tough time. but
awak
I
5 tahun saya dapat 2 jam sehari.
Thank you.
Oh gitu ya Pak.
The Bolong is very supportive girl. She never felt to, In fact, I am the one who fortunate to have her given to me.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, got too precious.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, Borong. Any other questions? No, right? Thank
Okay.
you, Borong. Finish your correction, yeah. Thank you so much. Kidding. All right. So we have second PhD students. Pak Yogi, are you ready to share something? I know you just came.
Yeah,
So
Pak
can you
Yogi,
go
Pak.
in front here to meet your fellow friends from Padang? Right. So Yogi Alwendra, right, is our PhD. I think he is among the Indonesian students that we have. So the reason why I asked you here is to share your experience because our delegates here are from Universitas Negeri Padang. So many of them are currently doing PhD. Maybe you can just use your language, mix with English, so that the rest also can participate. So just share a little bit about your journey. I believe I will say I'm still very moved and touched by Yogi's journey. Actually, I'm part of Yogi's journey, and I am very fortunate and grateful that Prof. Amran is here as the supervisor because I believe Yogi went through a lot in his study, but it not ended yet, but it ends really well. So I hope you can share. And you see, we are still going to cry whenever we try to explain this story because this story is very remarkable. I believe it's like a fate, macam takdir, you know. Do you know the story, Doctor? No, right? Okay, you should tell the story. It was so it's so penuh dengan takdir, saya kata dalam takdir, dalam Melayu. It's a fate.
Bahasa Malaysia.
So.
Ini orang makan baru karena suruh bahasa Indonesia sana. Biarlah orang kau nak ngerti.
Selamat datang buat bapak-bapak ini dari Padang ya.
baru ya. Ya, betul.
Minang language we say how are you like apa kabar? Apa kabar? So when you ask Minangese how the condition you can ask apa kabar? Apa kabar? Okay, I'm here since 2019. So the journey is, as Professor Watson said, is up and down, cry and stressful, but also try to enjoy the journey. I came here in INTI based on, at the time there is a education fair in Indonesia, in Jakarta. So INTI has a promotion to invite students to come to this university. And at the time, I just sent my email, my profile,
Sharing session.
and then one of marketing INTI called me
Yang jadi
and
masalah anak kau otak.
asked for the opportunity to study here. Actually, PhD is not
Dalam bahasa
easy.
Indonesia saya payah ada. Apalagi bahasa Inggris.
S1 saya di ITB, S1 saya di ITB, S2 saya itu dia di Melbourne, Australia. S3 saya, actually I have opportunity to study at Imperial, but because there is something problem, I couldn't go to Imperial.
Oh, you kuliah di kok.
So
Dosen.
my destiny to study here.
S3 di sini.
Here to meet Professor Amran, to meet Professor Walter, just like a fate, as takdirnya bertemu dengan Professor Amran Walter dan Dr. Jason as well. Yeah, this guy is really helpful. I mean, when we face a problem, sometimes we kind of resistant to say to others. We just want to keep it as our problem.
Ada ya kan?
Haron.
You are lucky
Haron.
when you get someone can hear you
Walter,
and understand your
Ada
problem
Walter.
and try to encourage
Alun
you
Walter namanya.
to give you spirit to
Kalau
continue
Alun
study.
Walter kan DJ.
Saya waktu itu pernah berpikir ya sudahlah, mungkin bukan
Medianya kok.
jalan saya akan gitu kan. Tapi alhamdulillah, thanks to God, ketemu dengan para profesor sama dokter ini akhirnya membuat suasana jadi berbeda. Saya ngambil PhD di sini itu tentang renewable energy. Mungkin di Indonesia terkenal dengan palm oil, kelapa sawit. Nah, kelapa sawit. Kalau di Malaysia juga kelapa sawit. We are actually, Indonesia and Malaysia is are producing countries, the biggest one. More than 90% production come from our country, from Indonesia and Malaysia. I study about that, and you know about the Uni Eropa yang ban our palm oil. That's the political issue actually for us because we have market in Uni Eropa. We have intention to reduce global climate change, but then the policy from Uni Eropa like make us in not healthy situation. Ya, journey saya ya seperti saya bilang tadi up and down, naik turun. Ya. Saya akan berterima kasih sekali itu pertama dengan Profesor Walton karena beliau itu orang psikologi. He can feel our feeling. He can like what I said, like put empathy. Yeah, empathy. He can feel what I feel dan give us spirit.
Pak Ganteng kok.
Habis itu saya ketemu dari Profesor Walton, saya introduce ke Profesor Amran. Profesor Amran ini satu-satunya profesor yang saya kenal itu, saya jadi pertama kali ketemu itu di masjid, dekat Melaka. Itu beliau ketemu itu saya jadi impresi, saya bilang, Prof, I think I should go to your place. But no, he came to my place. You can imagine, ada profesor mau menghambalkan diri untuk ketemu student yang lagi banyak masalah. It's kind of feelingnya berbeda. Kita ketemu dengan orang yang mau memanusiakan kita, itu is something terasa banget gitu. Itu akan berkesan lama. Jadi begitulah journey saya. Saya sekarang sedang di tahap akhir, sedang menyelesaikan result and discussion last chapters in my PhD. So sekarang masih writing. Nanti Profesor Anu juga akan mengenalkan namanya Delphi method. Saya menggunakan prosedur karena powerful. Apalagi ya suka dukanya. Kalau itu ya suka duka. Yang paling saya akan berterima kasih Profesor Walter, Profesor Amran, Dr. Jason. Mereka yang banyak help me untuk how to deal with my situation. Bapak-bapak yang sedang PhD memang akan up and down. Mudah-mudahan ketemu yang orang yang tepat, orang yang tepat yang boleh.
Nggak tahu ada
Kalau saya waktu di Melbourne itu, saya ngambil master kan, profesornya itu master tidak terlalu ini ya, jadi kita boleh diinin aja kan, ketemu kadang ketemu. Pas
Tadi ngambil dokter filosofi ya.
You must to get the right person, to encourage you to know your potential. Nah, itu yang paling terasa sama saya. Akhirnya saya ketemu dengan Profesor Walter dan akhirnya hari ini ketemu dengan Bapak UNP ya di Padang. Oke. Lagi musim apa di sana, durian? Enggak.
Sekarang musim hujan. Musim hujan.
Durian yang terkenal tuh ada Musanti. Kalau di Padang yang terkenal tuh bengkuang ya, bingkuang ya.
Kami musim hujan.
Musim hujan. Dari Padang langsung ke sini tuh naik Eresia deh ada.
Ya, sama kayak Pekanbaru. Pekanbaru kan dalam 40 menit, kita 50 menit.
Direct right.
Profesor Andre cerita memang ada teman-teman dari INTI datang. I'm very happy to meet all of you guys. Selamat datang di INTI. Mudah-mudahan lama-lama makanannya, mudah-mudahan ketemu yang enak. I think that's all. Maybe I can share with you what I feel, what I experienced in my PhD. Yeah, thank you, Dr.
Thank you, Pak Yogi. Just stand for why I say it is a fate, it is takdir. When Pak Yogi came to me and share about his problem, right? So the first person that I think who can help him is Prof. Amran. So when I text Prof. Amran said, okay, tell me, where is he now? So when I asked, Prof. Amran, where are you? Pak Yogi, where are you? They are just 2 kilometers away. They are cuma 2 kilometers. So I was like, because that's why I know Prof. Amran is from Johor, and I don't know Pak Yogi is where, but Pak Yogi told me he's from Malacca. You know, I stay with his wife in Malacca. So I don't know how it's too far. And it was so surprised that they are just 2 kilometers apart. And that's why I always believe this is a takdir. If your intention is good, if you want to learn, I still want to cry whenever I speak about this because it's too macam cerita. It's like a story, you know. Because I know how hard Pak Yogi feel at that time, struggle to continue his PhD. But you know, I think this is a very good story to uplift everyone.
To motivate everyone.
Yeah, because towards the end, if you feel that there's no hope, right? That is the hope, So Pak Yogi is the living evidence of that hope. That if your intention is right, I always tell the student, why you want to do PhD? You just want to get the doctor, borrow, right? You just want to get the doctor. That's a good motivation, but the intention is very important, right? You want to help others, you want to be a lecturer in the future, kan? So Pak Yogi have a very good intention. That's why, like what he said, Alhamdulillah, the rest is just. I think he will done very good. The PD was very good. The PD when he presented, I said, why take you so long? Because this is a good piece of study. Dia kata dia belajar pasal kelapa sawit kan. The whole idea was super. Yeah, the idea was super. Sudah ada. Tapi kena bawa lawan sekali. Alright, so any questions? No questions.
Boleh tanya, boleh.
Bapak
Nanya.
ada seorang. Tanya saja 1-2 soalan.
Ayo Pak Naji. Ayo.
Nanya bahasa Indonesia boleh ya?
Bisa ya.
Bahasa Jepang pun boleh.
Oke, Pak Yudi.
Ya.
Pak Yudi kan?
Yogi.
Oh, Pak Yogi ya. Salah. Terima kasih. Kamu ini pelanggan.
Takat.
Oke, mohon izin tanya, Pak.
Namanya siapa?
Oke, nama saya Riyandi Madika Adif. Oke, ingin tanya pertama, yang sekarang udah semester berapa ya, Pak?
Udah semester.
Itu soalan sensitif.
Enggak, oke, sorry, Bu.
Final
Ini
semester.
pada saat ini bukan gimana menurut Pak Yogi untuk penyelesaian disertasi atau tesis, apa yang Pak Yogi lakukan supaya kami ini ada kendala, terus down, terus kalau sekarang gimana gitu Pak? Apakah masih tetap atau kan ini di luar pengalaman ketemu sama Prof. Amran? Ini kan dari proses pembelajaran sampai hari ini udah discussion. Riset dan discussion. Sebelum itu kan otomatis ada permasalahan, terus ada solusi. Bolehlah berbagi tips ke kami. Tapi dalam bahasa Indonesia aja atau bahasa Minang.
Okay. My friend Pak Riyandi.
Yes.
Pak Riyandi asked me how I deal with my writing online before I met with Professor Amran. He asked about what my strategy.
Yes.
Ya, sebenarnya strategi saya itu karena saya lebih banyak membaca ya. Kalau baca-baca kisah hidup orang itu kadang ada naik ada turun kan. Kadang kita kalau saya sendiri akan refleksi ke diri. Kalau saya sedang turun ini sebenarnya saya ngapain ya? Memang itu nggak mudah. Terutama bagian yang susah itu adalah literatur review. Itu kan kita harus membuat satu diskusi antar yang ada itu. yang saya lakukan tadi, saya akan coba lihat-lihat kisah hidup orang, dari kisah hidup orang untuk motivate diri. Terus yang kedua itu saya bersyukur kalau apa ya, that's important we have belief. Religion itu penting benar. Jadi pada saat kita down itu, kalau yang muslim kan sholat ya, pada saat sholat itu boleh ngadu, kita kadang nangis-nangis sendiri lah, ngadu-ngadu kan. Bilang ya Allah kenapa begini begini. Tapi itu kind of apa ya, ketika kita bercerita, berkomunikasi dengan diri sendiri, itu sebenarnya membuat kita tuh lebih tenang, lebih bisa mendapatkan caranya seperti apa nanti. Yang pertama saya lakukan tadi itu, saya akan baca-baca kisah-kisah hidup orang yang struggle. Terus yang kedua saya akan tadi bagian yang satu literature review, saya akan coba cari-cari paper yang bahas tentang literature review. Kalau boleh saya usul, teman-teman yang dari Pakistan atau India itu kalau mereka menuliskan tentang perspektif ini, kalau menurut saya ya, saya dapatkan ya, itu boleh mudah saya pahami. Jadi kalau misalnya saya ketemu autornya adalah orang-orang Pakistan, India, wah dia akan cerita mudah bagi saya untuk memahami, karena nggak tahu ya kayak begitu. Terus itu sih dua itu.
Berarti pada saat di Malaysia sendiri, bukan? Bersama?
Ada istri ya, ada istri.
Oke.
Tapi saya nggak cerita, saya cenderung apa ya, istri punya masalah juga kan. Kalau saya cerita kan nanti takut nambah stres. Kecuali istri nanya, gimana PhD, itu boleh saya akan cerita. Kalau nggak saya akan skip.
Berarti sekaligus langsung jadi pengajar di sini atau gimana ya, Pak?
Enggak, saya nggak jadi pengajar. Saya memang full time study aja.
Kalau istri?
Istri saya itu
Out of topic.
Topik.
Ya, itu pasti itu, jangan ditanya.
Oh, nggak boleh tanya ya, Pak, sorry.
jadi itu Pak yang di
Oke.
banyak baca. Terus kalau boleh itu ketemu orang-orang yang punya pengalaman banyak. Saya tuh betul sebelum ketemu Profesor Amran ya, saya ketemu Profesor Walter. Itu dia masih dokter, belum profesor, masih dokter dan nggak berubah. Jadi dokter atau profesor, dia orangnya sama aja. Mau profesor sama dokter sama aja. Diskusi, cari orang yang tepat, yang boleh, yang can understand your problem, and then he can apa ya, give. Menurut kita mungkin solusi temporary, tapi but it's useful. Itu yang saya rasa dari teman.
Oke, thank you.
Ada lagi ya?
Just want to wrap up what to the Chinese student again. So how he overcome that. So what Yogi tried to say is that during his PhD study, the most important thing is reading, right? Read a lot. So find articles, literature that really resonate to you.
Boleh.
Not all articles you can understand. Even me, if I read, I don't understand some articles. I don't push myself to understand. Look for those articles that really can help you to read, to understand. For him, he go to the authors from India, Pakistan. For him, it is easier to understand. The articles written by those authors. It depends on you. You might want to read Chinese also, but make sure that you also read other articles. And of course, meeting the right people is the most important thing. Your supervisor is very important. So doing research is not about just writing. It's building relationships with people around you. So that is another thing that you need to learn during your PhD study. I know many of the Chinese students, they are very respectful. Their punya culture are very reserved. They don't want to bother you. Bother the supervisor is something that they want to do the last. So you have to open yourself and talk more with your supervisor, right? And you have problem, come to the HOP and say, right? But Chairman Chang also very shy to tell me the problem. Yeah, until the end, like you. I really have a problem now. Even
No problem.
what's the name again? Sorry. Yeah, also have the same problem. they don't want to share. They feel afraid to let
It's the culture.
it's their culture. Don't be like that, because this is your study. This is your journey. You have to be proactive. You have to open up your struggle so that, or else people don't know what you are experiencing. Yeah? Yogi was like that at the first. Dia sangat respect orang-orang, kamu ganggu, and you feel like kalau saya share, dia takut. But this is your journey, right? So you have to open up so that people know about your problem, right? So those who just started, be proactive, right? Be proactive. Go and meet your supervisor all the time. So supervisor itu penting ya Pak. Kalau malu-malu bercakap, macam mana nak habis?
Ya, ada problem share dengan supervisor. Karena kan sering banyak kid sendiri, anak kalau bahasa Indonesia dia bingung. Kenapa tak jumpa sama supervisor? Bingung. Bingung mau mulai dari mana?
Cakap saja.
Datang aja.
Jangan malu-malu.
Bukan pasal akademik pun boleh, hanya pasal hari-hari biasa. Thank you, Pak Yogi. Nanti kita berhenti. So Dr. Chu has something to do. So can we, bid him farewell and meet him again later?
Thank you, Prof. Walton. I'd like to share something with you all since this topic has been raised. During my PhD time, I actually planned ahead what I need to do. For me, it's actually IT. So I will plan, I have a system. I need to develop the system, 6 months. I have 5 chapters in the thesis to do. So with the system and also the thesis, I break it to 3 years. How many months I need to settle chapter 1? How many months I need to settle chapter 2? I have a timeline for monthly to weekly. So I will know that which week or which month I need to submit my chapter 1. Okay, and I have the buffer of 1 to 2 weeks for my supervisor to review. So you have the timeline, you have target. Otherwise, your chapter 2 will over. 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, never ending. You can't read the whole world journal. No way. So you need to have a timeline. Plan ahead. At least you have a plan. You need to have a target. Then you can solve it. Otherwise, it's never ending. Because you yourself doing your PhD together with your supervisor. There's the things that you need to chase your timeline. This is one thing I need to actually express. The second thing I would like to also concur what Prof. Walton mentioned. For PhD, it's really you and your supervisor, no other people. You cannot talk to your wife, you talk to your husband, talk to your son or grandma. They do not know your problem and how to solve it. Talk to your supervisor. Talk to them. I have this problem. I cannot find journal, related one. I have difficulties on finding conference or journal to write to so that I can publish a journal. Tell them they are expert. They have gone through it and successfully obtained the PhD and right now they are professor or even someone. Talk to them. They will be willingly to tell you how to do. If you didn't ask, we do not know. If we do not know, we cannot help you. It's just like you are hungry and you don't want to call a Grab food, go out and order the food. The food won't be in front of you. Okay? So lastly, would like to really tell you all, if you think you can do it, we have a very successful case here. Deliver the baby is very stressful, okay? As well as doing the PhD. Not easy, but successful evidence can show from her. I believe all of you can do it as well. Okay? All the best and take care. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Dr. Chu.
Thank you.
See you around.
Thank you, see you.
For the, I think, sorry, because of the time, let me just share next time. So, boleh kita jemput seorang dari negeri Padang untuk share.
Bang.
Lali.
Siapa yang mau share?
Rina.
Belin.
Siapa Herlina? Herlina. Oke, mari kita.
Herlina Helmi.
Lin.
Kami nggak
Bang.
terlalu pasif aja.
Agak pasif.
Iya.
Agak pasif deh.
Kalau pasif di dalam.
Oh, kok pasif kan? Ada di level.
Kurang lebih 10 minit ya.
Nah, sudah kau mengalah makan ya?
Ada nggak jam kerja?
Jangan pada sana Julai. Ada tu. Yang kita sok mantap nih. Pada jana nado tu nak habis dah. Tak pada jam itu penelitian nak sekali.
Iya.
Hello everyone, my name is Helena Helmi and I'm from Universitas Negeri thank you Prof. Amra, Prof. Tan, and also Bu Erni. Maybe this is I would like share my journey in my PhD program, but I'm not still finished yet, but I still maybe in my third semester right now. But in Universitas Negeri Padang, our program has offered us only for 2 semester for course, for taking a course. But then after that, we still we can begin our research proposal. But yeah, maybe as long as this my journey that I still have difficulties, many difficulties in my experience. Yeah, first maybe I feel that it's I think that it's because actually my basic is in accounting. So because that accounting we don't have in the Padang we don't have a accounting program at Padang, so even the Andalas University or University of Padang. So I choose to move to management. So this is actually that's still new for me. So I have maybe a little bit not little bit I think that it's a big effort for me to take a new topic or find a new journal. It's different from my background before. So today maybe that I still have confused about maybe topic that it is include that the management. So because that my major is strategic management, so it is still can I take the topic to the strategic or something else, or maybe that it falls or something like that. So because of that I asked my supervisor or promoter to make us some consultation for that. So and after that I also still difficult to find a journal to for because I have as we know that as a PhD, so we have to take mainly literature review, right? So that is still difficult for me right now. Maybe that's all that I can share with you. So Carlina.
So any questions for Miss Carlina? Any tips you would like to ask?
Bisa Indonesia.
No question.
No.
Miss Stevens, are you lecturer?
Yes, lecturer.
So we have one lecturer here.
Question. Yes, you have family and how you manage when you shift to a new place?
Family, do you think that? I have 2 children, and so all of them right now at the senior high school, and one take the university. Yeah. Yes.
We have a child in the university.
But in his first semester right now. So this is also I have to I must have a big effort to that because at Universitas Negeri Padang I still also have
Sama.
Kuliah masih
one class to teach. I
Iya,
have
maksudnya
another
kuliah.
students.
Baru tamat SMA.
So that after that I have to go to my PhD program, and it's a little bit not a little bit, it's a big problem for me to manage the time.
Big quiet. Big problem.
Do you cry alone?
Cry, sometimes yes, sometimes not. I think that not all night is it's a little sometimes that I think that
Kuliah di
what
WP
what
nak besok nak.
Ah,
Dia ngelak lewat aja.
yeah, you're right.
Jadi kau dia ni stres. Kedua pen.
Yeah.
No more question?
No.
Alright, thank you very much. Nice I always tell my students, if you are married, you are doing PhD, and then you are working at the same time, you have 3 careers. Very crazy, ya. 3 career. Career dengan family, career dengan your own career. PhD itu a career ya, bukan degree. You have to work from 8 to 5 every day. Read. That's why if you have baby, you have to do another extra hour just to at least you do something that day. Okay? Alright, so I hope you guys learn a little bit about others' experience and at least motivate you to continue your PhD. Alright, if you have any questions, you can just personally ask those people that just shared just now. Alright, and after that, now is the time for the workshop. Prof. Amran will be sharing about a analysis method. And some of you are already using it. I think Jiang is my MEM student, just completed his project using Delphi. So, is there any other students here that use Delphi method? Except Pak Yogi, Pak Yogi and non-Yogi.
Delphi kan
Anyone
metode
using
kualitatif ya.
quantitative in their study?
Delphi kan metode yang kayak kalau tidak salah ya. Delphi itu pengolahan data kualitatif. Mirip sama namanya cek lain. Yang dipajan sama itu di bahannya Bu Vidya.
Instead of using qualitative method.
Kan? Kualitatif. Delphi kan metode kualitatif.
Banyak masa buang. Kita buang.
Siapa? Aku
interview, Tapi Delphi method is another way you can venture. There is so siapa nak pergi toilet, tandas semua sana.
Smoking area terus.
Restroom. So we see. Whoever wants to go to the toilet first, toilet are here. We are trying to solve the
Tadi di
connection.
Tak, itulah negara paling ramah itu Indonesia. Makanya Malik keluar-luar Maroko dilarang, kalau dah sembarang payah.
Dan
di negara orang, di negara awak sembarang aja. Malas sih. Sampai wah kalau gak langang step menyuruh saya ke jamban. Nak cerita gua. Itu kan seroman negara awak. Di awak jumlah yang terancur kuliah ibu rumah tangga itu ribuan. Ibu rumah tangga terancur kuliah ribuan jumlahnya. Tandasku habis nanti. Tandasku habis nanti.
For those who wish to go to Jan's ladies, please feel free. Alright? Now we
Belum tutup kuping tuh. Kawan kita Jogja Bang, datang pelan-pelan. Makin dekat lagi.
Okay, guys.
Okay.
Welcome to the era where technology doesn't always work. Okay. Anyway, while waiting for the system to be hooked up, okay, I'll just give a quick overview of what a research is all about. Okay. So when we talk about research, methodology includes streams. One is the quantitative method.
Tuh. Kita belajar aja tuh.
And the other is the qualitative method. Okay. And somewhere in here, you've got what we call the mixed method. Meaning it could be quantitative, or qualitative. Okay, meaning, when we say mixed, it could be either concurrent or sequential. Okay, let me go through very slowly because for some of my students like me and Yamti, she's doing mixed method. And because she's my student, I will ask her question to see whether she knows what she's doing. Can we do that? Okay, concurrent meaning you do simultaneously, both in one go. Okay, both in one go. Mixed method, both in one go. Quantitative together, one shot. Sequential means you do one after the other. One after the other. Meaning when we talk about sequential, it could be like this. You do a quantitative and then After that, you do the qualitative.
Kan batu campur belajar.
This is what we call
Kan dalam mobil bilang.
qual.
Tahun.
Mana takkan nama cakap
Dari
Okay. Qual. Meaning you start with quantitative and then you do a qualitative. Meaning you can use the survey method first and then you do the interview next. Okay? In Indonesia we call this what? Angket. Angket.
Questionnaire.
And this is the interview. Okay? First time I heard angket, I thought it was the Padang word. Angket is the survey questionnaire. Okay? And then another option, or you start with the qualitative first, and then you do the quantitative.
Pariku mantap lah.
Okay?
Cocoknya buat
Meaning you do the
tinggalnya
interview
cepat saja.
first, and then you do the survey.
Kaya, sabi ko, di ba?
This will be
Ini dah kaya sih.
done correctly. In your
Nah,
chapter 3, in your chapter 3,
Gaya you sih
you
bisa.
have to specify whether you do concurrent or you do sequential.
Yo,
And
berkuning
if
seru.
sequential, are you doing qual or qual? Okay. And for my standard, I want my students to do mixed method because I want them to be masters of both methodologies. Okay, some will say, I'm happy with doing this, I don't want to do that. I say you have to because I want you to learn. Okay, if you're comfortable with whatever knowledge that you have, as per what Dr. Kunjungi mentioned about learning, unlearning, and relearning all over again, you have to challenge yourself and apply new knowledge. Okay, so bluntly speaking,
Koper.
when you do your PhD,
Ya, mama takkan nak keluar.
you start with the quantitative, okay, is basically looking into measures of central tendency. Meaning, we talk about the mean, okay? Meaning we talk about the distribution. And the middle here is the mean, right? Everybody remember the distribution? This is called the normal distribution. Okay? And if it's normal, then you can do parametric analysis. If not, you have to do the non-parametric. And then you've got measures of dispersion. Okay? When we talk about the standard deviation or the variance, okay, as or S squared or range, and so on. Okay, measures of dispersion. Meaning how wide is the dispersion of data? Are we going to have something like this or something like this? Where they all technically they should be fitting in. Let me redraw this.
Make sure.
Okay, assuming it's normally distributed. Okay, both are having same x bar range. Okay, both are having the same mean, right? Right? Remember this statistics? 101 at undergraduate level. Okay, question. Which one should you prefer? If you have choice, and you see your distribution to be A or B, which one is better?
B.
B.
E. A.
Itu lain.
E. Ba.
Ada.
Bukan
B. Ba. A
A,
or B?
B.
Kita di Malaysia Pak, no. No, A, B. Okay. Which is
BA.
given? A or B? Who says A? Raise your hands. Okay, Pak Yogi. Engineer itu. Satu lagi dua. A. Wah.
E.
Malah kita A eh. Who says B is the best? Better. Okay. This is the best. Why? Because the dispersion is small. This is broad. This is smaller. Dispersion, the distribution of the data. If it is broad like this, then you have a big variance. A big variance will imply bigger standard error. Bigger error. Okay, so that's why this is important. That's why in doing the fundamental, you have to test for the mean, you have to test for the dispersion and so on. And the third one is what we call graphical representation of the data. In your chapter 4, you have to have this. Okay? And this is what we call based on Hawkeye, okay, bar chart, okay, tables, bar chart, graph, okay, or drive, okay, what is this called? A bar chart. Okay. So all this are what we call graphical representation of the data. Okay? And this is the fundamental of quantitative methods. Okay? But at the PhD level, this is not good enough. Okay? Because these are what we call, all this are what we call descriptive analysis. Where you describe the data, you describe, okay? You describe the demography, okay? You present the mean and the dispersions, okay? But then you cannot say with a degree of confidence. You only describe, okay? So to describe the degree of confidence, you have to have another option. And you go here, okay? Where we have this thing called inferential analysis. Okay, once again, guys, we are still at the quantitative stage. There are two breakdowns. One is descriptive, the other one is called inferential analysis. And when we say inferential analysis, it comes from the word infer, meaning to make a decision based on a hypothesis, right? So you build your hypothesis here. And this is what we want to see at the PhD level. You know, your hypothesis, is it going to be simple univariate analysis? Or is it going to be bivariate, two? Correlation is bivariate, or more than two, okay? Moderators, mediation, whatever and so on. Those are the multivariate inferential analysis. Okay? So meaning, here you've got univariate. Okay, you've got bivariate. And then how many? Thank God. And then you got the multivariate. Okay? Here we talk about things like, let me see what I can use as an example. Okay, let's look at this one here. I want to use this for a while. Okay? Oh, long chunk.
Water. Tea.
Okay, let's say this container, is 400 milliliter. Okay, 400 ml. So I'm not too sure. Is it really 400 milliliter? So you have your hypothesis, and this is the mean 400 milliliter. Okay, and this is the parameter mu for mean. Okay, and this is because only one is called univariate analysis. Okay, but then if you want to go into more sophisticated, okay, where mu A, let's say this is orange juice, and this is oolong cha. Okay, I want to compare the mean for two groups which are independent. It's called bivariate 2. Okay, and then you go into something even more sophisticated. You do the multivariate analysis. Okay, starting with the simple. Okay. Not HO. Simple. Not HO. And this, we talk about what we call the two-way ANOVA. Okay, more than 2 variables. Okay, or you can go into the more sophisticated. These are all involving comparing the mean. Okay, it's just one side mean. We have not looked into correlation. Correlation, okay, will be here. Okay, will be here. Sorry. Okay, correlation will be something like this. HO rho equals 0. Okay, because we know correlation talks about y and x. You want to see whether it's like this, or like this, or is it going to be like this, right? If rho is a correlation for R, which is correlation, and this is for x bar, which is the mean. Okay, so all this you have to learn before you go into the detail, moderators, mediators, and so on. You have to understand the fundamental. Now I'm going to move on to the other side, which is the quantitative, which is about what we're going to talk about in a while. Okay, and here we're talking about to understand the phenomena. Why is this happening? Here, you just measure a value. Yes, the mean is this. Yes, this correlation. Yes, boys are smarter than girls. Why? When it comes to why, you want to explain, you have to use qualitative. How is the process? You have to use qualitative. Okay? So the qualitative would involve many tools. Okay? Like the interview, observation protocol, okay, there's the narratives, okay, even grounded theory and so on. Okay. So for today, we'll talk about one topic which is called the Delphi. Okay? Sorry for the technical delay. And this is what we call the Mukarima introduction. Okay. So today, to my colleagues in Padang, they have gone through this before, but I think it's going to be a refresher. And the good thing is, some of your friends in Padang are writing papers with me on the Delphi method. Okay, so I would encourage the rest of you also to explore the possibility, and we can do collaboration, writing with the other PhD scholars and so on. Only transfer one. Okay, no. Okay, we don't have time. Okay, never mind. Okay. Yeah. So the Delphi method, okay, it comes from the Greek mythology. Okay, the Greek mythology, there is this. Remember, if you study Greek mythology, you know what's Greek mythology? You know, we're talking about the god and goddesses. Okay, Zeus, okay, the god of thunder. Poseidon, the god of the ocean. Okay, and then we've got this guy here. His name is one of the god is. His name is Apollo, I think. Apollo. Okay? And Apollo, not the biscuit Apollo. And Apollo is the god of prediction. Yeah? You want to predict, let's say, Pak Naldi mau nikah sama orang di Malaysia. Sebagai contoh ya, Pak. Pak Naldi want to marry somebody in Malaysia. Okay? And Pak Naldi comes from this time where he would go to the temple and ask the oracle of Delphi. The oracle of Delphi is the one who make the prediction, and because she is the one who can contact with Apollo. So Apollo is the god, and because he's the god, he doesn't go down to the ground. So he appoint a lady whom they call the oracle of Delphi. And Delphi is a place in Greek. It's just a place. So oracle means it's like the dukun lah, yeah? The one who make the prediction. Yeah. So here's the picture of the temple. Okay, during those years, okay, before Christianity became predominant religion in Greek. Okay, and these are pictures of the oracle of Delphi. So she makes prediction. If the king wants to go to war against the Persian army, yeah, Alex, remember the story 300? Yeah, yeah, the movie 300. All the Spartans, they want to go to war against the Persian. So, and then the king would go and see this Delphi, oracle of Delphi, and ask, when is the best time to go to war? And where should we go to war? And then the oracle say, you go there during this time, and you go to this place to fight, not elsewhere. If you go elsewhere, you will be slaughtered. And they believe in this. So everybody goes to the oracle to ask for opinion. Should I do this? Should I get married to this person? Okay. Should I work here? Whatever. They all go to this place. So along the way, when America went to war against the Soviet Union, and the Soviets were advanced in terms of military warfare, Americans realized that, hey, we are behind. Yeah? And we want to know how can we come up with better equipment, better warfare equipment to be able to beat the Soviet. And then they call this technique of prediction the Delphi method. Okay, meaning it's a method to predict the Soviet weaponry. How strong are they? And what America should do to be better than the Soviet. And they compile all the experts to brainstorm and find solution to the problem. And over the years, okay, this technique was used in other fields, in management, in nursing. Okay, guys, don't take photos. I'll share the slides. Okay, I'll give it to you. Ask it from. He's the man. Okay, anything you want. Okay,
share.
Yeah, I'll share all my notes, all my data, and then you can try. Okay, just listen and observe. Okay, so Jason. Okay, I will pass to you later. Okay, so it's a technique where we have this thing called collective intelligence. Okay, meaning you form a panel of experts, and these experts are, because they are called experts, they are supposed to be intelligent, right? So let's say University Padang wants to become a world-class university, okay, in 5 years' time. So they brainstorm, hey, we should have this group of experts to become our Delphi expert, to become a panel to predict or to develop strategies so that the university can be a world-class university within 5 years. Okay, and it's being done collectively, meaning all the experts will sit down together. Okay, and then the researcher will control the process to such a way that the experts wouldn't know who the other experts are. Okay, let's say Jason is one of the experts, Dr. Ernie is another expert, okay, Karina is the expert, the name that I know of, okay, Alex is another expert. At the end there, Alex, raise your hands please. Yes, our expert there, Alex, okay. So, then we've got Min, okay, sorry Min, Min is our expert from China, okay. So, and nobody knows who are the experts. Why is this done? So that we will not feel intimidated, we will not be influenced. Okay, and Jason, if he sees the name of, let's say Prof Wong is not the expert, he says, oh my God, Prof Wong is my boss, So whatever Prof Wong says, because Prof Wong is the boss, and Jason will follow. Jason will follow. Yeah? So when we do not know, we will think, hey, I'm an expert too, so I will not be influenced by any opinions. And then we have this thing called the collective intelligence process, where we share the results of the brainstorming. Okay, like before, it was to develop military weaponries, okay, to beat the Soviet. Okay, so now it's perhaps to plan strategies for Padang to be a world-class university. Okay, so and then we share all these brainstorming results. We collaborate, and then we try to have this thing called this is the most important word here, consensus decision making. We try to get all the experts to agree. To agree, not to agree to disagree. Everybody will conform. Everybody, all their opinions will conform. Okay, so it becomes a valid approach of ranking. Okay, so how does it work? This is the flowchart. Then you develop the panel of experts. You design the survey. Okay, it's not really a survey. It's just a one-page question. In the case of Padang, the question would be, what strategies should University Negeri Padang deploy to become a world-class university within 5 years? Just one question. Okay? And then the experts will say, Dr. Jason will say, Padang should recruit international professors. Okay? Professor Alex at the end there would say, Padang should do more collaborative research with other universities from of higher ranking. Okay, collaborative research. Okay, Herina would say Padang, okay, should be having postgraduate programs which are relevant to the industry and so on. So many opinions, right? Many opinions. Everybody will be giving their opinions. Okay, so and these people will respond, but they do not meet face to face. I will do everything online. Contact Jason, Katrina, Alex, okay, Pak Nadi, everything online. And they don't even know who the others are. Okay, until the second round. I will show later. Okay, and then the issue of consensus. Okay, through a technique of ranking. It's gone. Okay, never mind. And then we summarize and we conclude. And if the consensus cannot be reached, we run another round. So the Delphi can involve many rounds. Okay, I have done one involving 2 rounds. I've come up with 3 papers now, journal papers, all using 2 rounds. For my PhD, I use 3 rounds of Delphi. If you go into the 4th round, you will have problems. Okay, then you may have to review, maybe revise your approach. Okay. Okay. This is the process where we define the problem. Okay. We share the problem with all the experts. Okay. And then 20 is a common size. Okay, but I would go for something bigger. The one I did with Jason, we involved something like more than 40. I will show you the paper later on, okay? Okay, so maybe if you have a thumb drive, yes, if you have a thumb drive, you borrow.
Don't really.
Because I need my data here. Anybody has got a thumb drive to share with me?
In my room.
Okay, Jason, bring me my pack, maybe I got one of them. No, I think I've got one here. I think. Okay, then the responses that you get, you share back. And then this way everybody will realize, hey, I'm not the only expert. There's another 20 or 25 or even 30 other experts involved. Yeah? Okay, I will show you the example later on. Okay, and you repeat the process over and over again. And to conclude, it's a structured communication tool. It involves a questionnaire with 2 or more rounds. It's just a simple question with many rounds. The facilitator is you, the researcher. Okay, and you have to maintain anonymity, meaning nobody knows who is involved. Okay, and the experts are encouraged to revise. They can change their ranking. Okay, they are encouraged to change their ranking. So, the big question now is, who understand what I've been talking about? Anybody understand? Raise your hand. Oh, very good. Even I don't understand.
Some parts I understand.
Some parts don't understand. Okay, meaning he knows what it's meant. Okay. Why I say I don't understand? Because sometimes I record myself and listen to my recording 1 week later. I say, what is this guy talking all about? You know. So let me start by sharing a paper I've written, so it becomes a bit more practical per se. And I need my database here. Check. Okay, this is the paper I wrote with Jason and Dr. T and so on, where we use the Delphi method, okay, to identify the topic itself. If you look, a Delphi method on the positive impact. Okay, normally when we talk about the Delphi method, it's always negative, right? People die, my God, you know, people get sick. People don't go to university anymore. They work from home. Okay? It's bad. My God, this guy, you're everywhere. Meeting is okay. So, meaning when you do research, you have to know something which is unique. Yeah? So this is different. You want to show that COVID created something positive. Okay? Especially in the university system. Okay? And this is the abstract, okay, where we show that it produces some positive results, okay, for the benefit of the universities. So, unfortunately, the hyperlink doesn't work because it's a different laptop. So I have to escape and open from here. Okay, guys. Okay. When you write papers for publication, you have to give all the information, even the database. Okay, even the questionnaire and so on. And this is it. So when we send the paper for publication, we have to submit the list of the respondents. So, it's not coming out. Help again. Walton. It's gone again. Use thumb drive. Okay, thank you. Okay, this is the database. Okay, when you write papers, you have to show this. Who are the respondents? So E1 is my big boss, Prof. Wong. Okay, E2 I think is the Chu. Okay, and I've got some other colleagues all from INTI. See, meaning when you do the LFE, it can be at your university. Okay, what is important is nobody knows who is who. Okay, Prof. Wong, he just know he's E1. Okay, Prof. Walton maybe somebody participate.
Yeah, I did.
Huh?
And I was a senior lecturer.
By the time you were this, I think you are E5, is it? Or E12?
Had a program that was E6.
Yeah. You are E6, 33 years old. Okay, that's last year. Okay, so and Dr. Walton at the point of time, he doesn't know his big boss. Okay, his big boss E1 is also another expert. So meaning he is not influenced by the views of all the other participants. That's the most important thing. Okay, unlike when you do this thing called the focus group. Okay, when you do a focus group, you know who is who, right? Because you're in a big room with all the experts together. And when you're doing a focus group, the problem is there'll be one or two very intimidating personnel. I know more than you, that kind of person. I'm the expert here. Who are you? You know? And you are not a good facilitator, you will not be able to do it well. You have problems. At Delphi, you will avoid all these problems because nobody knows who is who. Okay? So and I involve other universities as well because these were the comments of the reviewer. The reviewer said, I want to see, where the experts are coming from. So I just the last column is the latest edition after the revision comment came in. Okay?
No question.
Yes, sir.
Bro, sorry, one question. Based on what ground, like, how many experts do I get? Is there a measurement? Like for this kind of research, how big it is, that how many expertise that I need, and how many % must be from the top meter or lower level?
Okay, good question. The question is how many? How many? So again, there are many school of thoughts. Okay, some says you can start even with 5 minimum. Okay? Some other authors says 10, and it goes on to even, I've seen a Japanese, their fee going up to 1,000. Okay? Yeah. Typical Japanese, they will go for 1,000. But it depends on the type of research. Because they were doing something based on drugs and medical. So they want to have a higher level of accuracy. And furthermore, the bigger the number, the rule is, okay, you get a better picture of the whole scenario. Smaller number, very narrow. Okay? And for ours, I think we had something like 31. 31. 31. Okay? But then, we explain in the paper that all these 31, they are coming from this homogeneous group. Meaning, they are almost the same. Same, homogeneous. And they are all academicians. They are all people with PhD. Okay, if you look into the detail, okay, in the paper it's written here, all of them are having PhD. So they are homogeneous. And we have some from public university and some from private university. No issue, as long as they are all academicians with PhD. So according to the rule, if you can show homogeneity, you do not have to have a bigger number. Okay, it's all in the paper, like you read. Okay, you can download the paper, I'll share the link later on. Okay, so does that answer your question, Alex?
Yeah, but because I believe that this is the parts where proposal defense or Viva, I think they will look into it. They will question like how on this part.
Agreed.
So that's why prepare for it. In case.
Okay, even us, when we wrote the paper initially, and then the question, how do you justify your sampling number and so on? So we have to revise and say that, the issue of homogeneity, I read other journals just to find that keyword, and we put in, they were happy with it. Okay, if you read my earlier paper on my thesis, PhD thesis, I did not have homogeneity. Okay, but it was a different experiment, but it has got a bigger number of participants, experts. Okay, so I agree with you. Whenever you write, okay, you must have all the justification why I'm using this number, why I'm having a smaller number but can still be used and so on. Okay, because they will comment and then you will have to improve on your content. Okay, okay. So this goes to the editor. Okay, and these are the results. Okay, once again, the key question is, okay, on the questionnaire as they call it, it's not really a question, it's just an open-ended question. What are the positive outcome of COVID-19 in the higher education institutions? A very open-ended question. Yeah? A very open-ended question. And these are the response. This big table here is the response. Meaning, my job as a researcher, that is a very open-ended qualitative question. Okay, there's no Likert skill, whatever. Meaning they just share their opinion. Okay, I am the researcher. I collect all this information with Jason, T, and so on, and then we find the themes, thematic analysis. Okay, thematic analysis, and then from the theme we consolidate to create what we call dimensions. This one here, dimensions. Okay, that's it, dimensions here. Okay, let me go through the process. Okay, that's a question. Positive outcomes of COVID-19 within the higher education institutions. So, and these are the responses. We managed to have something like 12, 13, 25, 34, 43, 57, 61, 73. 73 teams, the last column here, combined 73 teams. Okay, and these are in here. The bullets are all the teams. Okay, so our job as the researcher, we have to combine the teams, group them. Okay, Pak Yogi, listen to me. Yeah, doing this. Okay. Okay. Yesterday we spent some time on this. You have to group this to create the dimension. Okay? Once again, maybe Prof. Wong mentioned this. Okay? I think COVID has resulted in better e-learning infrastructure. Okay? Maybe Prof. Walton mentioned this. Okay? We now use a lot of more system to teach. Even Prof. Wong may be saying this. Okay, listen, some of these themes could be repeated, but it comes up only once. Okay? How frequent it comes out doesn't matter. What we want to see is the variation. The themes, the different themes that we can consolidate to become a dimension. Understood? Okay, this is the first round of the Delphi. The most critical job is to collect the themes, consolidate to become dimensions. Okay? Ini yang ini by mark. Okay, so at the end of the day, we as the researcher, okay, so we group all the teams and we created dimensions, technology optimization. We said that during COVID, okay, technology was optimized. Before, we couldn't care, we don't use optimally. But with COVID, we realized we have to reach out to students who are not coming to the university. I have to use technology to the maximum. It's called technology optimization. And this is the skill that you have, how to group the teams into dimensions that you have to have. It has to be logical. It must be mutually exclusive. Okay, meaning it doesn't overlap. You know, the concept of independence, mutually exclusive. Okay, nothing in technology optimization will fit into reform. Okay, education reform, meaning we're looking into different forms of assessment. I heard there are some of you guys who are from the education, PhD, raise your hand. Education, okay, you're doing education. Okay, assessment. Okay, how you grade papers has changed. Okay, and the approach of using alternative assessment has become more apparent during COVID, right? Okay, flexibilities and so on, all those crop up. Okay, so towards the end, we have something like 7 dimensions on the left. We have 7 dimensions. Okay, that we have to rank. Okay, so from this question, what was generated? 7 dimensions. Okay, each dimension has got many themes, right? But now we don't care anymore about the themes. We focus on the dimensions, and now the job is how to. Okay, so we go back to the respondents. We go back to the respondents and we ask them, okay, Prof. Wong, okay, I know that is my boss also. Prof. Wong, tell me, you have given all your points in round 1. Now I want you to rank, okay, all this 7 dimensions based on order of 1 to 7. And the numbers cannot be repeated. You cannot have, I think this is important at 1. This is also number 1. Cannot be repeated. Okay? And Prof. Wong will say, education reform is number 1. Okay? And number 2, we will say competency building. I'm surprised. Oh, I thought Prof. Wong being a technology person will put technology as number 1, but his reform is number 1. Okay? Interesting. Okay? So everybody's response, perhaps from Walton's response is what do? We calculate
Kapten itu ah.
non-parametric test. Okay? Meaning, the next issue now is when you say how to rank,
Sentrum Pak. Baca Pak.
what hypothesis is now?
Pak Ayu.
Now, okay?
Oh.
And the hypothesis would be the ranking
Ini mata aku nunggu kalau
of the experts.
kapan apa aja nampak.
See, I've got dyslexia. I can't write properly. You notice that?
Kau nak punya pena kau nak ada yang tu payah mana.
Oh ji.
Ini tahan saja.
Ya Pak. Tahu makin.
Guys, listen. When you do the Delphi, okay, this is based on my approach. I have so many techniques, some of you will be using different. Mine is a Delphi with a non-parametric test. Okay, and because non-parametric, because why is it non-parametric? Because you have this ordered data 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 is ordinal data, right? Remember all this fundamental ordinal data. So once it's ordinal, you have to use non-parametric. Okay, and the tool is called the Kendall's coefficient of concordance. This is the tool W. That X bar, that's a W. Like R, okay, 5, those are parameters. Okay, so and when you develop the null hypothesis, you always put the negative word in there. Because why? You want to reject the null hypothesis to show that this is wrong. Right? Meaning your HA, your alternative, the ranking, blah 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 and so on, is consistent. Consistent. Okay? You have to say this is correct because this is wrong. Remember the fundamental of hypothesis development. Yeah? Okay, so that's what we do. We run the candles W and we pray to God so that the p value is small. If the p value is small, less than 0.05, you can reject the null hypothesis. Okay, meaning you can stop at round 2. If this one comes out to be big, this one very small, you have to go to round 3. Where you ask Prof. Wong in order to re-rank again. Re-rank again. Until it converges. And people will change. Why? Because it's all human psychology. I have to use this word because we've got our Prof. Walton, our psychologist here. Right? This is because all about human psychology. Once you see somebody, his rating is different from you, and many of them have different rating from you, then you feel, hey, something is wrong with my rating. Perhaps I'm wrong because the others are experts as well. And you will be, coerced to change your rating. And that's how you reach this thing called consensus. Okay? Consensus. I can't write that. Consensus, yes. Meaning everybody agrees. Okay? You do the Delphi to show that I can reach an agreement among all the experts based on this. Okay? Consensus. So, Bapak-bapak, ibu-ibu, okay. This is the flowchart that we developed. Okay. I will show you how the paper looks like. Okay, I will show you how. Okay, I will show you here lah. Okay. If you have SPSS, okay. Okay, this is part of the paper lah. the hypothesis. Once again, can you see it? The hypothesis. Okay. And the first round, okay. See, PhD holders. Second round, okay. The second round produces the table just now. Okay, discussion. Okay, if you have SPSS, it's not so difficult. Okay, those interested, please contact Jason for you to get the data so you can play around later on and practice. Okay. Now, I'll save it here lah. This Eddie, you punya, I'll save it here. Okay, you can get it from Dr. Eddie. We have to call Eddie now Dr. Eddie. It's not Eddie anymore. Round of applause for our good friend Dr. Eddie, okay, for being the latest recipient of the PhD from UTM, the whole university. Okay, so here's how you do it. You go into analyze this non-parametric because rank data ordinal, and then you click on legacy dialog, and then somewhere in there you click on key related samples. You just follow this step by step, okay, and then you will be able to run the analysis. Okay? And then you transfer all your seven dimension, transfer to the right, and you run. Click on canvas below, and you run and you get the output like this. This is what we want to see. Okay, the next plot. Okay, this is the SPSS output, and this is what you want to show. Okay, that your channel W is 0.388. And let us see your P value is very small, meaning it is consistent. And you can stop the experiment. Okay. The latest paper I'm writing with, who is this guy? I can't remember. And LC Ngao. Anybody remember their name? LC Ngao. Yeah, we wrote a paper on project resilience because it's from the construction background. So, and the canvas W was 0.0887 whatever, and P value was 0.001, the lowest. Okay, and then the reviewer commented, okay, yes, P value looks good, less than 0.05, but your W is very small. How do you explain this? Oh, Kong lah, headache, how to answer this kind of questions. You have to buka the kitab, buka kitab, cari jawapannya. You have to open up all the statistics book. That is our job as a researcher, to answer that question. And I finally found the answer. I told the editor that okay, it is acceptable because this is a preliminary study. So therefore, a low W, as long as it is P value is very small, is still acceptable. Because this study is number one, a preliminary study, and number two, this study is not based on research which is of higher importance. Meaning, you would expect a very high W. Okay, 0.7. They want to see 0.7, not 0.089. They want to see. Why is it very low? I say only for studies that is related to medical, pharmaceutical, where your results to show consensus of human is important. Okay, will require a high candles coefficient of concordance. Since it's just a study to rank project resilience, even if it's a small W, okay, I only look at the EW, good enough. And they accepted this argument. Okay? So meaning in life, people will torture you. Yeah, Pak Yogi, when you go for your defense, people will throw bombs, knives. Okay? Borong, remember?
Yeah.
Yeah, people will throw bombs at you. Okay? Trying to make life difficult for you. You have to defend yourself. Okay? Build up your defense mechanism so that even when you throw bombs, you're like Batman. Remember Batman, Alex? This is hopeless,
Hah? Bila lunch?
Okay, so meaning, so the argument should be there, okay? And you can answer, just apologize, I will find the answer as well. And there will always be answers to the issue. And you have to dig deeper and deeper and deeper. Yeah. So how do you, okay, if you're doing your PhD, okay, this is from my PhD, when I first used my
Baca
Delphi.
cari chat Pak. Apa live Pak?
The number 3 question, research question, is the Delphi question. What are the conditions for critical training, for effective training in order to enhance IT competencies among critical workers, and how are the conditions ranked? You have to have this type of question so that you can use the Delphi method. Okay, because you want to rank. You want to rank at the end of the day. Not just to identify, but also rank. And why is this important? Because sometimes when you rank, if you got 7 items just now, okay, and if the university want to say, I want to prioritize the top 3, okay, items, then you can choose. I've got 7, you choose. If Padang wants to identify the top 3 strategies to become world class, even though there are 7 or 9, or just focus on the top 3. Because these top 3 are consistently being agreed by the experts. And you have done. Okay? Understood? Hello, Assalamualaikum, Bapak-Bapak, Ibu.
Waalaikumsalam.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, understood? Yeah.
Understand.
Okay, so, yeah. That's it. That's me. Okay. When I was younger, I was like Prof. Walton also. I can fit into edition.
Mirip. Sangat mirip.
Okay, I'm done. Any questions on this Delphi thing? Okay, those of you who want to read my our paper, okay, this is the title. I will share everything. I've got a big folder here.
Kalau dia
That pretty
itu
much
bagi lagi
shows.
Starbucks
This is the paper. These are the paper I wrote with my other colleagues from other universities from Indonesia. This is ranking of corporate governance dimension that we study.
ranking
Okay.
of government.
I've got 2 other papers. One is with Samuel Falk, and the other is with one lecturer from Bung Hatta coming up as well, also using the Delphi method. Okay, so it's very flexible, very useful. The one I'm working on with Bung Hatta is a paper on tourism. Okay, how to develop tourism strategies for Sumatra Barat, and so on. Okay, any questions, Bapak-Bapak, Ibu-Ibu? Yes, please.
Question, because I find this kind of the research method, the 2 parts are very important. The first one, define the experts. So you mean the experts from conceptual concepts. What kinds of the experts you were define? For example, I will do some research on the educational technologies development in the future, especially after pandemic. So the experts, I think sometimes students also.
Yeah, there shouldn't be any Tom, Dick, and Harry. Okay, like in our case, I set the minimum criteria. You must have a PhD. You must have a certain number of experience. You must be involved during COVID-19, so you know how it feels. Okay, so if you're developing educational technologies for the future, you have to have a blend of somebody strong education as well as educational technology development, not just from the software but also from the hardware side, okay, and so on. Okay, so remember the word homogeneous? Okay, you have to ensure that they are all similar qualification standards, capabilities, competencies, and so on. Yeah. So and you can find it. Sometimes the experts may not be here. India will be good. They are strong in developing educational technologies nowadays. They are exporting a lot to America. You can find many from India. America, of course. I think China also has got many experts. Okay, so working one student, Chu culture, or Fujian, whatever, and so on. Yeah. So they're developing this animation tool to teach this family culture of this Chu family culture, or whatever, and so on. It's part of the Confucius culture, or whatever. So they're looking at how to develop 2D animation to teach, okay, this cultural thing to the school children. They managed to find some experts in China, but because it's animation, then they go to Japan also. Japan is strong, and Korea as well. Okay, and Philippines as well. Surprisingly, do you know that Walt Disney? Sorry, big offense. Walt Disney, when they developed animation, a lot of their animators, the projects were done in the Philippines. In the Philippines, they are strong. They outsource animation to the Philippines. Okay, so you have to know the industry. Okay, get them to help you to answer your question. I can read your mind. You will ask me how to convince them.
Yes. Sometimes.
Okay, how do you convince people if you know what? I'm so busy, I don't have time to do all these things. It's a waste of my time. People don't like to help. There's a modern era now. People don't care anymore, right? It's a waste of my time. I'm so busy. You know. Chocolate, no, doesn't work also. You know. So what you do, you tell them, okay, you are the expert.
Can pay the money you
Don't money. If you pay money, it's going to cause biasness in response. It's going to cause biasness.
give some reward, especially in the doctor's degree, so that how can you ensure your feedback from the experts are accurate? Can we elaborate it? We give some reward and continuously let them to give the feedback. Is it
Depends,
possible?
but what kind of rewards? Okay, you have to be careful. If the reward is something which is bribery in nature, okay, it will be deemed as unethical, and you will have problems, and you will have biased data. So how do we do in cases such as this? We promise them, okay, whatever feedback that you give, we will share with you the results. Okay, the paper that we will publish, we will share with you. Okay, and we will acknowledge your involvement in the paper. You are one of the experts in the study, and they like that. They see that there's a reward in terms of intellectual reward, not monetary, not chocolates, but intellectual rewards. Okay?
Second question is.
I thought there was a second question.
I think the second part is very important, especially when we design the questionnaire. We need to synthesize the feedback from the experts into several dimensions.
Yes.
What if just the 3 dimensions, is it effective? Because sometimes it appears, right?
Agreed. Agreed. Okay, my school of thought, because I've done this many times over, 7, 8 is a nice number to play with. More than 8 becomes difficult for people to rank. You know, how do you differentiate between 1 and 2? Even if we give a scale. 1 is, normally we give a scale. 1 is very important, and perhaps number 7 is the least important. And we leave the middle to be blank. It's for them to interpret. Okay? But then if it's 10, or 12, or 15, it's going to be very difficult to differentiate between 1 and 2. Right? So that's why to me, 7 or 8 is easy to gauge the difference between 1 and 2 and 3 and so on. But then it's too small. Okay, the greatest fear is that it shows that you're pretty much lumping a lot of things into one. You understand? Let's say you've got 1, we call it socio-economic factors. Just a simple term. Socio-economic factors. And in there you've got 12 themes. And so you break it up. Socio 6, economic 6. You've got 2.
Break it.
Yeah, don't make it too narrow. It shows that you are lazy. You don't make any effort to differentiate. You just lump everything together and create a very broad-based title for your dimension. It doesn't work.
Thank you.
Okay? Yasmin, you want team?
Got one question.
Yes, please. I was waiting for you.
Normally, how many rounds should we do when we do that?
How many rounds you want to do?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is there any limitations?
No, but as I said to you before, if you go into the fourth round, it would tell you that you have problems. Because normally after the second round, people do not feel like they want to participate anymore. I'm tired of this ranking work. People will be annoyed. And you have this thing called the attrition. People will leave. First round you have 30, second round 25. Third round I think it's going to be 15 or 12. If you go to the fourth round, it's going to be disaster. Very small. Okay, so that's why, going back to your question also, your grouping must be good, so they know how to rank, and it's reflective of the teams, not too broad, not too narrow. Okay, so if you do it properly, that's why when we do this also, we give back. If you read the paper properly, we give back all the teams and the grouping dimension to the respondents, as they whether they agree or not, whether it makes sense or not, and we ask for their feedback. Once they agree, they lock in, it becomes very easy. Okay, so to answer your question, I've done mainly with 2 published papers using only 2. But for my PhD, I had 3 rounds. Why? Because it was heterogeneous. Okay, I would suspect that would happen if your experts are not similar. Then you may have to run into several more rounds. If you're interested to read, I don't have to. It's not I'm trying to show off whatsoever. Okay. If you just type my name, my old university in Denmark, you will find my PhD thesis. These are the keywords in Google. You can download and read. Okay. You can read about my 3-round LPA method, and you will see that I have made some mistakes that forced me to go into the 3rd round. If you read the paper I've written with Jason, okay, this one here, this one here. Okay, this one from the frontiers. Okay, look for this paper. Just type either T or my name or Jason. You will surface this name. Okay. I've got Jofi and our big boss also before. Remember our big boss? Alex, do you remember your big boss? This one here. They want to see my
now.
Yeah, I know. Happy that.
Don't forget.
Hey, your boss also, eh?
But we rarely see him COVID.
Yeah.
We work from home, so we can't really see him.
We also work before Dr. When we were actually Dr. Liu still.
Yeah, Dr. Liu.
Before Bawa,
I think 1 month.
So, yeah. So, okay. So it's almost 12. We have to go to the library for a quick tour. Oh, Dr. Wata, you want to organize something to share sessions whatsoever?
I just want to
Collaboration.
have a.
Yeah, I thought we have some coffee or whatever. Coffee.
That's why. But
See, even my bed fall down. See,
that one, Jadi, because you did reply last time.
No, I said lunch we don't need, but I asked for coffee.
Favorite?
Oh, sorry lah, I thought we, mana Mbak, I think we take you for nasi, nasi padang after this. Okay, we're almost done. Okay, Prof. Walton would like to make an announcement about what we're going to do next. Please, Prof.
So thank you very much for your cooperation. I think after this, the delegates will have another thing to do, right?
Yes.
The library visitation. The Chinese student, I think this is the end of it. Can we take a group photo with the delegates before we end? You guys can, share contact, exchange contact.
Okay, those who are looking for the file is with Eddie now. Promoter, you can borrow from Eddie.
Okay. So if you want, I will take the slides from Eddie.
And share with
I'll
everyone.
share with everyone.
I cannot find Eddie. Where is it?
Any questions
It's called Debbie.
before we end the session?
Can you share the slides to all of us?
Correct. I will,
Of course we
I
will
will
share.
send to some of the leaders.
It's with Eddie.
All right. I just share to PhD students. Right, and to others.
Foto.
Okay,
Picture.
can we bergambar? Take a picture. Take a group picture together here with all the
Take a picture. Yeah.